groups coming in and that ultimately are sharing the same word, the same message, do we find ourselves running a risk of putting our will in front of God's will and not allowing for that natural attrition of ideas? And is it more important to bring people to a certain word rather than to the word?
That's an esoteric question, you're right. There is such a risk, I believe. There is such a risk. However, I mean, if I would readdress the question to you, what shall we do to address that risk?
This is where that was my next question.
Yeah. And this is an open question without an answer. You always run that risk, and the only way to avoid that is to spend more time in solitude and prayer in order to avoid putting your will in front of God's will or ahead of God's will. That's, I mean, there is no other solution that the Bible gives you. The only solution that we have in our hands is to avoid imposing our will, is to pray for God's will to be done. And if you believe that God is answering your prayers, you have to spend your time in solitude, in prayer. You may ask others to pray with you on that, and that's the only way to escape. Of course, if you have also ears to hear what God is saying to you. Because sometimes we pray with a predetermined answer in our heads. I don't mean that type of prayer. I mean a prayer with an open heart and open mind. A sincere prayer to receive God's guidance. That's it. And then you can avoid that. Of course, you may run also into trouble, but you always have good friends, fellow ministers, brothers and sisters who will help you to correct things. And who said that Christian life is perfect? I don't believe that. If we're perfect, we don't need God anymore. Then God needs us. I believe Christian life is a life of making things better, but not perfect. We're trying to be better and better every day. We're trying to get closer to God on a daily basis, but I mean, we're not there yet. I believe it was one of my teachers, George Eldon Locke, who was saying, Christian life is between already and not yet. So we live our life between these two realities. With already and not yet. If not yet, then we may make mistakes. Mistakes are also for us. The only thing that we need to stop at the right place at the right time.
My question might be a little esoteric. The Lutheran taproot that you spoke about,
Yeah.
Spiritual formation back in the 1820s, would that have been the Old Basel mission, perchance?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if you've done this, but I think it might be well worth inviting those people to come and have a little refresher thank you ceremony. The Old Basel mission was in many places, and because of World War I, they lost every one of their fields.
Yes.
They were taken away, but the Old Basel missionaries so loved the people, they were sending money to the British to support, I mean, this is unbelievable, to support the ministry in Ghana, because Ghana was taken away from Germany as punishment for World War I.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think that the memory of the church will be helped by going back and explore and invite them and say, you found that paper. It's almost like Josiah recovering something very precious when you found the old book and realized what they were missing. I think broken churches exist and healing can happen. And remembering and thanking them could be a very good move for the Germans to hear. And since you seem to be the only one, I've never read that story. I have not heard about it here. I know about it in Accra, because our school has a sister relationship with Ghana University, Christian University. But it just occurred to me, that would be an interesting thing to explore.
Well, I will talk to the leadership of the church, because it's a decision that the board should make. It's not my personal decision to invite the Old Basil Mission here.
Last week I noticed when I was in Arafah, in Shushi. Shushi is a small town next to the capital of the Nagorno-Karabakh region. In Shushi, I asked about the evangelical mission, and it was the Basil mission, even in that village.
Mm-hmm.
And now, since the 19th century, the building was standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Only now, like this year, they're building a hotel or something out of that. I saw the construction work
Yeah.
on the mission compound. It's a building. I took a photo of it. They're putting pillars and so on. I think it will turn into a hotel. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, they're building a hotel, but they had promised to keep at least the facade.
Oh, the facade.
Yeah, they will renovate and keep the facade as it was in early 1820s.
Yeah.
Because they have pictures also
Yeah.
of late 19th century, of course.
Yeah.
So they will try to refurbish hotel in
That's
a way
good.
that they will keep the facade. Yeah, but I believe
But
it would be a very interesting
it's a point
experience
where-
for, not only for the Old Basil Mission people, but also for us.